coming to Africa is the only way to dispel certain stereotypes that we have in the U.S. I mean, there is some part of me that is refueled or recharged or something when I come here. I think the more people outside of Ghana or outside of Africa come and visit and learn about all the good things there are here, the better for everybody.
Right. How can I not be happy all day? I'm from the streets of Africa. If it was speakers in my mind, I bet it would sound like whoa, whoa, whoa.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So today's video, I have someone very special. Her name is Rebecca. We met some time ago at University of Ghana. You know, the first time she was in Ghana, that was like 1993, 26 years ago. And so she has like rich Ghana experiences. So she's gonna share with me some of her experiences being in Ghana for that long time. You know, so yeah, you guys know what to do. Stay tuned, watch the video, guys. Like the video if you like it, share with your family and friends. You know, it's all about bringing real Africa, you know, showing you positive stories about what is happening on the continent. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay. Should I hold this?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
I am a historian. I have just started a new position at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, teaching African history. And my interest in Africa and African history started first when I was in university at Northwestern a long time ago. And I was able to spend my junior year of university at the University of Ghana here in Ghana. The short version of the story is I had a really interesting year in Ghana and I wanted to come back.
So you say you've been in Ghana, you came to Ghana first in 1993, right? And then you came in as an exchange student. But what really made you up for Ghana? Why didn't you choose other African countries but Ghana? I don't want to let me just hold it. Yeah, I can just hold it like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of an embarrassing story. I had been studying French since the 7th grade, and I'd never been to a French-speaking country. I always had thought I would do a year abroad in France. And then when I got to college, I had a French language teacher who had been doing research in West Africa, and we were reading Francophone literature from West Africa, and I just got the idea that it would be fun to travel and practice French in Africa instead of France. So I went to the study abroad office and started looking for study abroad programs, and there weren't a lot. I don't know if there were any to French-speaking countries, but there was a program to Ghana, and I knew that Ghana was surrounded by French-speaking countries, so I thought, well, if I go to Ghana, I'm sure I'll get to use my French. And then, of course, I came and nobody speaks French here. So it started off being about French and ended up being about Ghana. Yeah,
oh, I see.
Totally by accident.
How was the experience like when you just landed in Ghana? I mean, you're somebody from, you know, developed world, and then all of a sudden you landed in Ghana. Like, how was that first 2 minutes, 3 minutes experience like?
I remember the sun was going down.
Okay.
And there was a nice sunset, and I kind of romanticized the experience. I thought, wow, you know, this is an African sunset like you see in the movies. And I think, you know, I looked out the window and saw someone carrying something on their head, and it was very exotic, and then of course we came out of the airport and there were taxis and noise and people smoking cigarettes, and that was very urban and familiar. So I was confused. I was trying to put the exotic, romantic Africa together with this very urban, more familiar, modern Africa, and I was completely unprepared to understand the place that I found myself.
Yeah, so it was kind of bizarre, like, but at the same time, an interesting thing, an exciting thing, for you at that particular spot.
It was like this puzzle to try to figure out, is this the Africa that I've imagined with lions and elephants, or is this like some other place that's urban and different? And of course it's both, but it took a while to figure that out.
What are some of the first things you picked up about Ghanaians, at that time? What are some of the first things you picked up about Ghanaians?
Everything seemed slowed down. People talk kind of slow and walk kind of slow, and it was just like
chill,
laid back. Of course, it was laid back because it's so hot. If you rush around, you just sweat and wear yourself out. But it's also part of it's like in the culture. It's like stress is not good. And so that was nice. It was a nice sort of change of pace.
That's one thing I also realized. Like Ghanaians, when I came from the Gambia first, they were like, "Hey, so you speak so fast." I was like, "Yeah, listening too slow." Ghanaians like generally speak slowly, a word at a time. They don't speak very fast. So that's also one of the first things I picked up about Ghanaians. They're really cool, one step at a time. So I shared the story. I shared that experience with you. So what were things you like about Ghana then and now? Let's start with it then. What are some of the things you like about Ghana at that time you just came into Ghana? Flashback 26 years ago. Yeah, fruits, okay.
Pineapple, mango. I'd never had papaya. I ate a lot of fruit that first year. And then everyone was friendly.
Right.
The students who I met on campus all invited me to come and eat with them. They would share their food. They wanted to ask questions. They wanted to invite me home to their hometown. It was like, I think I kind of expected, because of colonialism, that African people would be wary of white people, and it was absolutely not the case. It was more, wow, you're in our country, let me show you. And that was a nice surprise.
So, how about the cost of living in Ghana at that time compared to now? What's your say on that?
Well, it's hard to compare. When I came, I had no money. I had maybe $200 for the whole year.
Wow!
Which...
That's like 10,000 Ghana cedi. No, 1,000 Ghana cedi today.
I think it lasted. I mean, I didn't buy anything. And now I have more money. So I don't know. I'm sure the cost of living has probably increased.
Yeah, it has increased.
I
mean, if 1,000 Ghana cedi would take you like 1 year, that's like $200, right? We told in 1993. I don't think that can take you a week here now.
Well, I wasn't paying for housing. I lived in Volta Hall.
Oh, I see.
And then, I mean, the meals on campus were really cheap.
Oh, I see.
And then, I ate a lot of bananas.
I see.
Of course, compared to the U.S., Ghana is very affordable.
Oh, I see. How has Ghana changed you? You coming to Ghana, How has Ghana changed you, like your view of the world? How, you know?
That's a big question.
Actually.
I mean, coming to Ghana changed my whole career path. I wanted to go to graduate school because I wanted to study Ghana.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
And so, the reason I'm a historian of Africa is because I came to Ghana. So, on some level, it's changed everything. But I also think coming to Africa is the only way to dispel certain stereotypes that we have in the U.S. I mean, stereotypes about Africa, which are based on not getting very much information and not getting good information, but also racial stereotypes. You know, in the U.S., there are a lot of ideas about black people are this and black people are that, and of course in Africa everybody's black, and the president is black, and the business leaders are black. It sort of forces you to realize that there's nothing about blackness per se, which I think is something that many Americans, especially white Americans, don't ever figure out, because they live in a society where white people still have most of the money and most of the power. So that's an important experience to have, I think, if you're from the U.S.
Foreign expert, you know what I mean? So, what are your thoughts on the Ghana economy?
Well, I won't claim to really
know much about
understand it.
Yeah.
My thoughts are, I'm glad there seems to be a lot of development going on in terms of more companies are here, more amenities, I guess you'd say, seem to have developed. But there's still too much poverty.
True. I agree.
So I personally would like to see, for Ghana and for my own country, a little bit more of an evening of the balance. A little more sharing of the wealth.
Right. I see.
Yeah.
What about Ghana you like the most then and now? What about Ghana you like the most, like before? Or let's just say, what about Ghana you like the most?
What do I like the most? Ghanaians.
I know, yeah. You like the people the most?
I like the people the most.
Yeah.
They are, honestly, I think on average, Ghanaians have, what would we say? Higher morals, maybe, or values that I appreciate. They have them to a stronger degree than Americans.
The Americans.
I don't see Ghanaians, putting their grandparents in a facility and
dumping them and then go their way.
Yeah, they take. Elders are truly respected and cared for. Relatives, friends. There's a generosity and compassion that I think most Americans lost a long time ago.
Yeah. What about Ghana you like the least?
Mosquitoes.
That's about Africa.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes, okay. Interesting. What's your favorite Ghanaian dish?
Contomere with yam and fish.
Yep, I like contemporary too.
Yeah.
But my favorite is Ghana, is banku and okra soup.
Yeah, I like that too.
But yeah, but contemporary too is nice.
Yeah.
Yam and fish nice. Um, what's your best region in Ghana?
Central region.
Central region. What about the central region? Really makes you like it? Make the best region.
Funty history.
So yeah, I'm talking to a funty American here right now.
No, I just that's the place that captured my
Yeah.
curiosity.
City, right.
And and driving there with the coconut trees and the ocean.
Very nice.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Central region. Yeah, I look forward to going there. How will you rate your Ghana experience so far?
This
On a
current
scale of
visit
10,
or the whole?
you had the whole Ghana experience on a scale of 10.
Nothing is a 10, right?
Anything can be 10.
9.5.
9.5. Like this is the highest I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah. I gave it 8.
You give it 8?
So you gave it 9.5.
Yeah.
Why?
I can't explain it. There is some part of me that is refueled or recharged or something when I come here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's, maybe because the first time I came and stayed for almost a year, I was 20 and I was trying to figure out who I was going to be, and Ghana was just an important part of that time.
Yeah.
So it's in a way it feels like coming home,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Yeah. But do you like reconnect with your old Ghanaian friends at that time?
I don't think there are any from that time that I'm still in touch with.
Oh wow.
There's one who's in the U.S. now, who I can still find. I think that's it.
Second to last question to you is, so if you've heard about this year of return, a lot of African Americans, planning to come to Ghana, or to Africa to try to reconnect with their roots. What are your thoughts on year of return 2019? What do you have to say on that?
I think it's good. I think the more people outside of Ghana or outside of Africa come and visit and learn about all the good things there are here, the better for everybody.
Right. What are your advice to the people watching this channel? People who are in the US, in UK, and are thinking of visiting Africa or Ghana. What do you want to tell them?
You should come. Try to come when the mangoes are ripe, because they're the best. I don't know. I mean, they should come.
They should come.
That's it.
Yeah.
How can I not be happy all day? I'm from the streets of Africa. If it was speakers in my mind, I bet it would sound like whoa, whoa.